He asked, sorry if I pronounce your name badly. Davinci, in the last bull run, in 2017, you said you exit half at the top. How do you know that the top is in or what? Excuse me.
How do you know when the top is in?
Yeah.
Right? On everything.
Basically.
Basically.
And if you're going to tell them when the next top is.
Yes, I am going to tell you what the next top is. So let's just start off with detecting the top on Bitcoin. Let's just start with that, right? If we go to Bitcoin, let me just go to a cleaner chart, right? Let's go to a Bitcoin chart. Let's go to a weekly chart, right? Tell me if you could figure out where the top is as we go through the weeks, right? And take a look at what happens, right? Oops, Control Z, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back, and then we're gonna play this out, right? We're gonna hit play with this. I'm gonna click on this candle right here. There we go. So now let's hit play, right? And so you're looking at this, right? You're watching this play out, right? Let's just speed it up. I thought it was like 1 second per candle, but let's just speed this thing up. You're watching the week go, right? And you're seeing this thing happen right in real time. It's coming back. Oof, we're going down. We're going down. Oh no. And oops. Oh, I guess we already went past the 20,000. But as you see this thing like take off from the 13 EMA and just constantly go up and up and up, there eventually becomes a point where, okay, wait a second here. This is like way too far. So probably right around here, right, is where I realized. This is where I realized, okay, this is not going to. We're near the end of the move, not the beginning, right? Why is that? It's because look where the 13 EMA is, right? You could say, okay, well, the 13 EMA was far away back here, but look, it came back really fast, right? So if we go to, if we play this, if we go back here. Thought it was set. Okay, so let me just make this thing bigger. Auto size. So you're like, oh my God, that looks pretty big. That's pretty far away from the 13 EMA, right? But the thing is, right? Bitcoin's moves, right? They're generally, exactly the general area where where it's going to go to. So when I was calculating how high it was going to go, I had like a $10,000 mark to deal with. So I knew that to $2,000 obviously was not the top, right? Because we know how high Bitcoin can go based on money flows and everybody understanding what it is. If people understand what it is, that they're going to be going crazy over it, right? So that a 50% move from the last top is not the top, right? You agree with that, right? Okay. And so we can go, okay, we can ignore that, right? And say, okay, well, it's got to be here. It's got to be over here, maybe, right? It's got to be here. No. We can ignore that, right? And then you can see it continues going higher. Well, it's near 10,000, so this got to be the top, right? Well, as soon as we got to 10,000, you're thinking, well, that's the top, but it wasn't, right? Because it kept going higher, and it never really, when it backed off of 10,000, it didn't back off much. It didn't even come, once it broke the 10,000 on the weekly, it didn't even bother coming back to blow back down from the 10,000. And besides, it was really close to the 13 EMA. It was only when it was about here that it was okay. Redonkulous time. Going back to the, to the dominance here. it's the same kind of deal, right? The dominance, right, just went too far, too fast, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? This is what Bitcoin's gonna be worthless? Don't think so. And so yeah, you can see it backed off in January, and that's when this is where I was selling all of my alts right here, right? It was like absolute redonkulous. This in weeks, it just came down and collapsed the dominance, and I was like just I had too much money in a very short amount of time, So I was like, what the heck? That's not sustainable, right? So yeah, I'll see the top, and there'll be lots of indicators, right? For example, for Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an ETF or something like that, and then probably something. If it's not the ETF, there will be some sort of like major indicator, because right now retirement funds are the only ones that can't buy into Bitcoin. So you can expect that something like that is going to get us into to allow us to detect the top, or the exact date of the top, basically.